Sent to the future from the year 2000 by a glitch due to the Millennium Bug, I'm adapting to thrive in the peculiar conditions of the 2020s. Join me in a multimedia extravaganza as we surf the World Wide Web, catch up on 2 decades of video games and mess around with creative tools new and old. I'm Millennium Cyborg, welcome to the new millennium, where computers work perfectly all the time. Oh boy. I am gradually migrating my whole setup, into this app. So I'm gradually pulling functionality out of OBS into the app itself as much as I can, and making some progress. There we go. Yeah, just a lot of fiddly stuff I've been working on. However, I do have one little thing I enjoyed doing recently. I finally replaced the chair. There's an endless list of things to do, but I decided to replace the chair. So now I've got this fancy little chair instead of the Aeron model. And I finally figured out, which is to say, I finally managed to pay attention to 5 minutes of a YouTube video, and learned how to give myself a sitting pose the easy way, with a baked animation on my model. So I'm glad I ended up doing that, and I should have done that 6 months ago. Also, right now it is pretty warm. I've got an air conditioner going. The RTX NVIDIA RTX audio filter is doing, I think, quite an amazing job of filtering it out. When I did test recording, you couldn't really hear. Oh, darn it. I was pretty sure I had turned off the game audio. I'm sorry for that. It loops back to my headphone through a different path from the OBS path, so I didn't notice it was on. Oh well. We are going to get into the game in short order anyway, so let me pause the BGM. So in the past, when I was trying to stream a game from within this environment, I had this camera view, right? So I streamed with that a couple of times, but it's somewhat suboptimal. You're not seeing me face on, it's like very it's very immersive. It's a real camera. You see my reflection in the TV and all that, but I feel it's not optimal for actual streaming purposes. So, all right, let's bring in the game audio. There we are. Haseo, welcome. So I'm just showing off a few things I've done. So I've got, I can show off the, hang on. To zoom out a bit. There we go. I've replaced the Aeron chair with a proper seat now. My own prop. And actually, I think that means that all of the meshes you see now in this entire set are ones that I've created, except for the few remaining Vroid meshes. So the only things left that I didn't model myself is the body and the hair and their accessories. And everything else in this scene is something that I wrote the I wrote the shaders for and modeled myself, which is pretty cool. So instead of this camera view, I've now got this one, right? And in the past I was using then a transparency mode to render that out to OBS. What I've now implemented is compositing the game into the output buffer within my app. So that's one more thing taken out of OBS and brought into the app. And the idea is to you know, remove dependencies on, remove work that OBS has to do to make it fight with the GPU less. Skeleton Tom, welcome. You didn't know there was a time before Atlantis sank. You thought they just built it underwater. I think the law in this game follows the well, up to a point, the idea that it's an island, a Mediterranean island that had a volcano explode or something. Except we do get aliens. So okay, let me double check. We are getting game audio coming through and game capture. Wiggle the mouse. Yes, it's all working. Excellent. All right, let's load back in from where we were last time. So we have a chameleon suit. We're pretending to be a prisoner of the Atlanteans, and we've been talking to other prisoners who are forced to work here but are second-class citizens, and they've been formulating a plan of escape. Although what we're really interested in is the alien invasion that we know is about to occur. So what do we know? We know that one of these, we know that this is a trapdoor, right? We saw that last time. So okay, I've got a rope. Did I do something with that? And as a reminder, I did play this before, but you know, when it came out, so I have some memory of what we're meant to do, but I don't remember exactly. It is a bit overcomplicated for a trapdoor. Okay, into the sewers. Huh?
Look at that raging current. Too bad Dutton didn't give you the salmon jumpsuit.
Right, so there was something, wasn't there, about how it's only safe to go in there at a specific time when there's a ceremony going on, and the water levels change. All right, well, we know how to do that now. Okay. I don't remember by which way we came into here. Oh, this is... no, because this is the very tower on which we arrived in the first place. I recognise the viewpoint from up here. So when we arrived, we had to climb onto the exterior of the tower, make our way down and drop down onto a boat. But I imagine there's not much point now going back up there, so I keep noticing in the previous game and this one, there are times when the static geometry of the level, you know, during the QuickTime VR bits where you're just standing and rotating, is slightly different from the geometry as rendered during the transitions. Right, the miller is gone. Is my HUD an FMV? Do you mean this one? So I can change to various people who I've encountered and steal the guise of people I've encountered in this time period. So we've learned about some things, but I'm not sure what we do with that information. Right, it's showing you who you look like, which is important because you're pretending to be various people. For instance, this guy, if you're a soldier, this guy won't let you take the ferry.
Ah, so where shall I take you now, huh?
Oh, we haven't been to the oil vendor and the potter, right?
The olive oil vendor's shop.
That'll be 10 dromoi, please.
Oh yeah, this is an FMV game. And a surprisingly high quality one. People don't talk about these games that much, but it's got some nice 3D renders, comparatively high quality FMV. I'm quite fond of some of the characters acting.
Here we are. Oh, watch your step now, huh?
Right, so what were we told exactly about the oil vendor and the potter? It was something to do with gaining access to the temple. Or they're just... Okay, we've stolen his appearance, if we need it for later.
That's Mr. Atlantean 1281 BC. Still looking good, champ. My, he has a big pot. This must be the craftsman responsible for all those monstrous pithoi around the city.
The shop is for paying customers only.
Okay, so he won't talk to this guy. Don't mind me as I get changed. Now I look like the windmill keeper.
I am sorry. I am much too busy for customers today. Perhaps if it is not a problem, you could come back in a couple of days?
Why are you so busy?
Oh, I have yet a dozen pots to fire before the Kalas Kalire celebration. Oh, it is unfair. Oh, the festival is finally here, and I am missing it because I have to make the wine amphore.
Frank Welker, not familiar with the name.
Kalos Kalire?
The final day of the festival? The great battle? Honestly, I am much too busy. Maybe you should come back in a couple of days.
What's in the kiln?
My pots. If I do not watch them carefully, they could crack. And if that happens, I will never make it to the festival. Oh, If only my sister would finish making the olive oil.
Okay, so his sister is making the olive oil. So that means that if we go, he'll recognize his sister and she'll recognize him. So
You
we can
have a
use
sister?
each other's guys.
Yes, she makes olive oil. Her shop is next door.
It looks like you've got a lot to do. I'll just be on my way.
Things will be back to normal in 2 days, I promise.
It'll be too late in 2 days.
Normally, Gage, I would tell you not to touch anything while you're in a store. But you're older now. Go ahead, play with the machine. Yes, Mike, it's Amazing Discoveries, and this week we're showing you the amazing Play-Doh Pasta Press. It twists, it squeezes. Order now and you can make a spinach pasta, an artichoke pasta, or how about a nice linguine terracotta?
You're never sure if your AI companion is gonna say something useful, give you some actual historical facts, or just make outdated references to things. Okay, I've got some clay. Anything else interactable? Anything in this direction? That all looks like a lot of stuff I could interact with if I could go there, but I can't. Can I walk to the olive oil vendor? And I will use the potter's appearance, since the sister will probably be more helpful that way.
Those are black olives basking in the sun. Mediterranean cultures like the Minoans were able to cultivate their rocky fields to grow olive trees, creating a lucrative olive oil trade. From the amount here, I'd say that olives were one of the chief exports of Atlantis.
I do like some olives.
Those vases have some sort of imprint on the front. They could represent the contents or who they belong to. The double axe was the holiest symbol to the Minoans. Religious axes were used by priests to kill sacrificial bulls for their beloved earth goddess.
Well, presumably hand squeezed. I don't remember why I need a clay impression of the seal, but probably to do with getting into the temple.
What are you doing here? I thought you wanted to go to the festival. How do you expect to find the time if you do not finish your work?
The last of my amphorae are in the kiln.
Well, should you not be watching them then?
Can you watch them for me?
Sorry, Telos, I do not have the time.
Are you busy?
Look around. All these amphorae must be filled before tomorrow.
Okay, I'll just go back to my shop then.
Maybe I can help you a little later, Telos.
So in the story of this game, the Atlanteans are sort of hiding themselves. They capture any ships that come nearby and force anyone they capture to become second-class citizens. So you've got Egyptians, Greeks, etc. living here. Yeah, I mean, he's got to make some huge pots. That must be very tiring.
Could just be me, but I'm having trouble seeing the family resemblance between the potter and the olive oil vendor. Which...
Tira, have you already finished making the olive oil? Oh, I envy you. I still have a dozen pots left in the kiln. They will not be ready for at least 3 hours. Meanwhile, I am stuck here with nothing to do but to wait and watch.
Stuck here? Is there somewhere that you need to go?
That is not funny. You know how I've been looking forward to the festival, and tomorrow is the last day.
I don't know why, but that specific "that is not funny" line is something I remember.
Stuck here? Is there somewhere that you need to go?
That is not funny. You know how I've been looking forward to the festival, and tomorrow is the last day.
I feel like I keep saying this, that I should add audio alerts, and I've already forgotten the other ones that I said I should add, but this one, that is not funny.
Well,
I think
better
would be a
get back
good
to my
one.
shop.
To your shop? Do you not mean the festival? It is all right. I understand.
Let's see, I want to save. That is not funny.
Tira, you are still here? If you have finished your work, why do you not go? You are not stuck here like me.
Gee, that's too bad. With all this work you've got to do, it looks like you're gonna miss it.
You are enjoying this, are you not? Whatever did I do to deserve such treatment?
Okay, I can take a hint. Go ahead, I'll watch the amphora.
Truly? Oh, thank you, Tira. Remember to turn them so that they do not crack.
I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but there's a small number of things I'm able to do in the game right now, so I'm just doing them. I like the music in these games. Alright. What have we got? Oh, of course. I'm gonna bake the seal. What's this? Okay. I'm gonna bake the seal, and that will help me get into the temple.
That oven looks interesting. Go poke your head inside and see if anything's cooking. That smells like breakfast.
That feels too close. What? Is this powered by lava? Or is that just how they're rendering? No, it looks like lava. Cool. When the clay splits apart and you have to begin from the start, that's amphora. Okay. Don't you know what I have to do here? Do I just...
If I knew you were coming, I would bake a cake and learn to sing. Stop me, Gage.
Either obviously I need to leave it for longer, but not sure how exactly. What happens if we go this way?
Looks like the potter already left with his own boat to the festival.
Yeah, waiting 3 hours doesn't sound like fun. So we've got a pitcher and a bowl. What are we supposed to do with those? Can we gather some olive oil? Just gonna check on the seal again. Still looks the same. Maybe if we leave it here while we do some other quests. Oh, hang on, there is.
Well, there's me olive oil.
Okay, we can do this. What about the bowl? Okay, we can also do that. Don't remember why I would do that, but that's something.
Minoan artists were renowned in their day for their unique skill. They rejected the notion of rigid geometry in their work, creating beautiful art pieces that emphasized natural scenes.
Ruin her olive oil and her family. Well, we're already ruining these pots by not watching them properly. And in any case, all of Atlantis is going boom in about a day, maybe less. I might actually use a hint for this, just because I just don't know. Even the, rotating the wheel seems to do a full rotation of the pots because they end up in the same place. If I leave with the boat, I can try. one of these. Will he let us travel with the boat if we look like this?
What is your destination, huh?
So we've got the dock, the temple, the windmill. The temple is where we're trying to get to. The dock I think we've exhausted. Let's try the temple.
I can take you there for 10 dramoy.
Let's try talking to the guard again. They recorded
I'm
quite...
surprised.
Oh.
You're not at the festival? Oh, I thought everyone born on the island would be there today. But then, tomorrow is really the big celebration. So, at least you're not missing everything, you know.
They recorded quite a lot of dialogue and FMV for the ferryman.
Okay, this is it. Hey, have a good day now.
Your medallion, citizen?
What medallion?
If you do not know, you have no business being here.
Well, then it would seem that I'm not going to the temple.
Good day, citizen.
Released on DVD and a whole lot of CD-ROMs. I think I had the CD-ROM edition.
Oh, so, where are we off to this time?
The potter's shop.
That'll be 10 dramoy.
Yeah, just forgot it at home. Just gotta go grab it. Don't ask why it's still hot.
All right, we've arrived. Thank you for your business, eh?
I interrupted him. Didn't realise he had more to say. I wonder if we use some of that olive oil to quench the... No, do you quench clay? Probably not. It's still raw. Alright, let's see what the hint is here.
Now, the guard is looking for a gold medallion. Our next project for Arts and Crafts Day, kids, will be to make our fake medallion look gold.
Gold? Do we just need to... make it look gold? Well, I guess they're quite rich. How do I get to that question mark? Like, click it? Whoa. Can I use this table? Copper coins. Those are copper coins. Maybe we do need to travel to a different time period at this point. Let's try that. Because one of our other locations to travel to was El Dorado. So we previously saw this after it had been destroyed.
Agent 3 said this city was El Dorado, the fabled lost city of gold. The legend of El Dorado grew after the conquistadors came to Peru in 1530 to plunder the Incan Empire. Driven by rumors of a gilded city whose roads were lined with gold, New World conquerors continued to ravage the continent of South America after the genocide of the Incas. According to history, the name El Dorado was coined by Sebastian de Belalcazar in 1535. A veteran of the Inca conquest and founder of the capital of Ecuador. He met an Indian who spoke of a king that sprinkled his body with a fine gold dust before bathing in a sacred mountain lake. On hearing that, Belalcazar called the mysterious king El Dorado, the Golden Man. Today we know that man as George Hamilton. But we're not exactly blending in here, Gage. Sorry, but I don't think your gleaming smile is a sufficient disguise. Besides, a Spanish conquistador might come along and take your fillings. We need to find someone native and capture their image with the chameleon device.
Alright, so we've got a few different paths to take. A tree.
I think if I had a nose, I'd be holding it right now. We're in a stable of some sort. Some advice? Step gingerly while we're in here.
Well, nothing here right now.
Gage, I don't see this town on our map. Why don't you ask the nice man sharpening the large scythe for directions? See those markings that carve across the mountains in the distance? Those remind me of the lines left behind by the Nazca Indians of Peru.
Yeah, good to see you. Welcome.
In the arid plains nestled between Peru's Pacific coast and the Andean foothills, the Nazca left behind hundreds of mysterious intersecting lines that sprawled for miles over the landscape. The mystery of the Nazca lines was never solved. From the ground, the markings were too vast to be recognizable, but when viewed from the air, the lines form a baffling web of animal forms. Spiders, birds, and dozens of seemingly random geometric patterns. Some extreme theories claim that the lines were runways for alien ships, while other authorities suggested that the Nazca had created a remarkable astronomical calendar. A group of 20th century scientists attempted to prove that the Nazca lines were too precise to have been created without aerial views. They believed the Nazca used simple flying devices, and to prove this, the scientists succeeded in creating a balloon made from only natural resources. It appears that the El Dorado people have
We're
actually
being educated.
mastered balloons.
It's not really
They
educational.
may have shared the technology with the Nazca before their untimely demise.
I can't believe we've been staring off in the distance in our futuristic time travel suit while this guy's been merrily sharpening or cutting whatever. Okay, so we can't talk to him because we only have his own appearance. But if we find someone else's appearance, we can come back and talk to the farmer. Alright, so we've got this way is the balloons, right? We saw it in the previous time jump where we were witnessing the destruction of the place.
Those balloons rise along the rope rails to the other plateau. It actually looks very safe, but before we go, let me tell you a sad tale about a little balloon called the Hindenburg.
Are we actually allowed to enter them? Yes, we are. But before that, there is another direction to look in.
What's that near the well, Gage? Is that a South American mountain sloth? Be careful, they're rapid nappers.
It's a kid.
Judging from these fertile fields, I would say that the natives have mastered irrigation. Having seen the well system firsthand, I would guess that they're using underground aqueducts to bring water from the mountains.
Good morning, Father. I was taking a short nap, but I'll be up and at those chores very, very soon.
Why haven't you done your chores yet, young man?
I couldn't sleep last night. I promise I'll do my chores, Father.
Goodbye.
Bye, Father. I'll have those chores done before dinner.
Great acting. Actually, Mowgli. Yeah. But now we can look like the farm boy and talk to his father. And learn I don't know what.
Acheo, there you are. Son, I can tell by your drooping eyes that you were sleeping. Were you out late last night visiting the shaman again? Remember, you have many chores today. Harvesting the crops that Toawalpa provides our people is hard work. I cannot do it alone.
Father, what does the shaman do?
Lately, I would imagine that you know him better than I. Anyhow, the shaman is the
Father,
one who
can you
speaks
remind
to the
me
spirits.
what our civilization
Son,
is?
I know you have been going to see him. It is good that you are interested in the stories of our people. But I cannot reap Toawalpa's bounty alone. I need your help. Don't worry. I'm not forbidding you from seeing the shaman. Just tend to your chores.
What is a Toahualpa?
Toawalpa is the greatest of the four elemental spirits. She is the earth, the strength of stone, and the wealth of soil. It is she who causes the ground to be fertile and the crops to grow. Next time you see the shaman, ask him to teach you more of the spirits.
Goodbye, Father.
Acheo, I'll see you at dinner. And don't take any more naps. You've daydreamed enough for today.
All right. Is Atreyu a character from something I should recognize? I'm just going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. We'll experience the balloon very shortly when I get back. Oh, the never-ending story, of course. Right, see you in a minute. I forgot my tea. I have had this tea steeping for 50 minutes since the start of the stream, so let's see. Okay, thankfully it's not a very strong one and it tastes fine. Yeah. Alright. Into the balloon we go. It's a pretty cool mechanism. So the balloon, it lifts up one side of the rope and lowers the other so that the balloon travels from one side to the other. Oh, don't worry, I have ADHD and a weird caffeine response, so that won't be a problem.
Greedy explorers continued searching for El Dorado right up to the end of the 18th century, cutting a bloody trail of atrocities through South America. However, none would find the lost city. Disease, dissension, native resistance, and malnutrition would eventually decimate even the most well-prepared expeditions.
Well, you know, it saves on having to pull yourself along manually. Are we just going straight to the shaman, or can we go off to the side? Okay, so we've got another ropeway over there. We've got paths. Wow, there's got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, okay. Can go all the way around to the back here. Well, that's neat.
The face on the pedestal with a toothy grin is a coatl. In mythology, it's a feathered serpent, similar to a dragon. See the cavity in its mouth? Coatl is a South American word for gingivitis.
He, he should keep the educational and joke remarks separate, I think. Okay. Guess that's it for this bit. Yes, got to bonk Arthur for the bad jokes. All right. Have a chat with the shaman.
The pictograms surrounding the mural speak of the great story and the first shaman. He was instructed by the spirits of time and space to hide one of the 3 totems of tremendous power from the fury of their powerful children, 2 winged brothers. To aid him with this task, he called upon the power of the element spirits. They showed him a secret place for the totem. Once the totem was hidden, the shaman bade the spirits to guard it, and they have ever since. The pictograms surrounding the mural speak of the great story and the first shaman. He was instructed by the spirits of time and space to hide one of the 3 totems of tremendous...
Who's there?
Oh, gold leaf. I'll have some, please.
A chail. Well, I suppose I can take a few minutes of rest. What can I do for you, boy?
So, I'm remembering now, we're looking for the legacy of time, right? Which is something... don't remember.
That yellow sheet is gold leaf. Many ancient cultures discovered that gold was a very malleable metal. It could be pounded into very fine sheets that could be quickly and easily applied to almost anything to make it look golden. What are you working on?
Normally, I would be working on my pampas on a beautiful day like this. But today, I have the honor of finishing a story that has not had an ending for many generations.
Tell me the story.
It is the oldest story known to us. It is a long tale, Achael, and unfortunately, I do not have long to tell it. You see the shaman often. Ask him about the great story when you see him next.
Okay, so this isn't the shaman.
Why has the story never been finished?
All of the past shamans of our people have seen visions of the story, but the spirits have never revealed the ending. It has been unfinished for generations. But soon, we will know.
Pompous? What do you mean? I think you're quite modest.
No. The pampas. The vast plains far below the plateaus of our city. All the stories told to me are recorded onto the pampas. Imagine the sprawling flatlands below us as a great canvas where I draw the histories of the world.
How do you draw the histories?
With the help of the aviators and their balloons, I trace symbols and shapes across the face of Tolhopa, the earth. Each form and pattern, every line, all have meaning, revealing the secrets of history for those that stop to listen.
Who tells you the stories?
The shaman. He dreams his visions in the ritual of seeing, and then he confides to me what he has seen, so it can be chronicled for all of our people. You know Walqua, our shaman. Ask him about such things when you see him again.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Goodbye.
That was the game cutting off a bit early.
Thank you for the visit, Achael.
So here's the scribe. I see. Ah, yes, this'll do nicely. Maybe I have to put it down in the kiln or something.
Gage, hold my purse. I'm going to take a picture.
It just struck me that, I mean, 90s references are outdated now, but like they're from, you know, hundreds of years in the future. Maybe the 90s come back in a big way.
Stop where you are! Sorry, Acheo. You cannot visit the shaman today. You should return to your farm. Soon it will be dangerous for you to be here on the Central Mesa.
You can't change your chameleon guys directly in front of...
Yeah,
Sir, why can't I see the shaman?
The shaman is inside the aviary, completing long rituals. He is not to be disturbed.
Dangerous? How come?
There's nothing to worry about, Acheo. As long as you go back home, you will be safe. Enemies are approaching that mean to hurt our people. But the warriors of the wind and flame are ready and will defend our city bravely.
What is a warrior of wind and flame?
A cloud walker, an aviator. Only the strongest of our people can join the warriors of the wind and flame. We call upon the fear of Kulakwa, the fire spirit, and the breath of the air spirit, Kohabota, for the burning air that lifts our balloons into the sky.
Well, we know that the balloon warriors are not going to win against the alien invasion. I'm curious how they know that there is an alien invasion coming in the first place.
Is that your balloon floating at the edge of the cliff?
Yes. It is a cloud piercer. My war balloon. When the time comes, I will use it to join my brothers in the air and fight for our city.
First, the clouds are getting pierced, then tattooed, then joining grunge bands, and in the end, it all leads to smoking. Well, goodbye, sir.
Farewell, Acheo. Remember what I told you.
Do we think he'll say something different to the scribe? So that was the aviator warrior. Okay. Does he have anything to say to the scribe?
Stop where you are. Shable, the shaman has not sent for you yet. You should not have left the temple. You have much work to finish.
When will the shaman see me?
I do not know. His rituals sometimes last the entire day. He will see no one until he is ready.
Work? What work?
The great story on the temple. For once I am envious of a man who is not a warrior. You have the honor of transcribing the great story's conclusion. From what I have heard, the shaman is close to seeing its end. I know he will foresee a glorious victory for our people.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Shable.
Well, he probably doesn't have anything good to say to the farmer, but I'll give it a quick go.
Stop where you are! Haku, are you looking for your son? You should find him quickly and bring him back to your farm. We're expecting trouble to come to our city soon.
Have you seen my son today?
I saw him leave the aviary late last night. Then I saw him a little while ago. I cannot remember how long. But he was just here. I told him to go home.
What was my son doing here last night?
Acheo was visiting the shaman at the aviary. The shaman has seen very few people lately, but I think the shaman sees an aviator spirit in your son. You should be honored.
What do you mean, trouble?
We are expecting enemies to attack us soon. Do not worry. We have flown the war balloons for more than 10 generations. They have always helped us defend our city from attackers. Tomorrow, they will allow us to fly over our enemies and defeat them.
Undo my disguise for the shaman? Well...
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Akul. Remember, keep your boy at the farm tonight.
I'm not sure. Maybe we don't get to see the shaman at all. So can we recall one of these?
Apparently that section of town isn't allowing visitors. It looks like there once was a balloon ferry system like the one at the other landing, but it seems to be recently removed. I don't think we'll be going over there.
Alright. That explains that. I seem to keep getting disconnected from the chat for whatever reason. Is the stream quality good otherwise? Bring up the video stats. Okay, if it's just Twitch then that's fine. Okay, I think we're ready to travel back to the Mediterranean. We've got gold leaf, that's what we needed really. For now. So what will we do? Maybe we place it first. Because I don't think I can combine two items in the inventory. Okay, there we go. Got gold leaf on top of the clay. Yeah, it's nice that it doesn't reset the time period when you leave anymore. Ta-da!
Great work, Gage. It came out nicely. This should get us by the guard. You know, I bet we could make a fortune selling these to Atlantean college kids.
All right. I guess back to the temple.
Ah, back again, I see. Where to this time?
The temple.
I can take you there for 10 dromoi.
Here it is. Up, hey. Take care now.
I'll do a save before I present the seal. Not that I think you can get yourself in too much trouble in this game, but...
Your medallion, citizen? Thank you. Return to your ferry, I will let you through.
The FMV, for whatever reason, just struggles a little sometimes. Oh, return to the ferry and he'll let us through. Interesting.
Okay, the lock is draining. Let's go now.
A lot of ferry animations. Ooh. Seems like an unnecessarily high lock. Why maintain the water level that high in the center of the city?
Atlantis has been history's greatest mystery. There have been hundreds of theories throughout time, placing the resting place of the lost continent at the Mediterranean, the Arctic, Central Asia, South America, San Leandro, Winnemucca, north of the Pecos, Lake Titicaca, Son of Fire.
Think they have dollar slot machines here?
Okay. Okay. We have water, healing water, apparently. Okay. Not entirely sure what we're doing. Well, we might as well check out the healing water. Guess we'll find out at some point. Let's check out the Himalayas and Shangri-La. At some point we'll find something we can make progress on.
There's the Tibetan monastery we saw spilled all over the ravine. I have to say, it looks much better erect than wrecked.
So there are a couple of bridges.
Here, Swiss Miss grows only the finest hot chocolate beans. In all likelihood, that human roadblock is a Buddhist pilgrim, and from his ragged appearance, he endured a difficult journey to reach this place. The pilgrim seems overwhelmed with reverence. Maybe he saw you coming and thinks that you're the great chameleon god, descended from the heavens. Tell him that you demand a large sacrifice of bugs and insects.
Can't talk to him while looking like him. Oh.
That white lawn ornament beside the path is called a chorten. It's a sacred monument that marks a path to a holy place. According to
learning.
religious lore, sacred items or the remains of holy people are placed within them. Come to think of it, that temple building across the ravine looks as if it was built in the shape of a giant Chorten. Or maybe I'm being terribly Freudian.
I feel like that was somehow blasphemous, but I couldn't quite explain how. Right.
From his uniform and square shoulders, I would guess that guard is a warrior monk known as a Dobdob. The guard's so nice, they named him twice. For protection, Tibetan monasteries allowed Dobdobs to practice the arts of war. Think of him as a monk with an attitude. And that attitude is, I don't like you very much. Gage, wouldn't it be funny if you asked him for his staff and he said with a straight face, "Never, infidel, you'll have to pry it from my cold, dead fingers."
Is that a reference to something? Alright.
Greetings, stranger. Do you wish to cross the bridge?
Yes.
You must give the offering of the initiate before you can cross the bridge and enter Shangri-La.
What kind of offering are you talking about?
It has always been a tradition for an aspirant seeking induction into our order to give a silk scarf before crossing the bridge.
Where can I find a silk scarf?
Usually the family makes a silk scarf for the initiate. Silk is a rare treasure, but it is never far from worldly men.
Well, thankfully we grabbed one
I am
at
sure
some
you will
point.
find what you seek if you look far and wide.
Okay. He wants a scarf, that's fine. But if we get it and then he asks for mascara, I'm leaving. Will this scarf allow me to enter?
Welcome to our order, initiate. Go back down the stairs. I will extend the bridge for you. For the protection of Shangri-La, I will have to retract the bridge once you cross. If you wish to travel over the bridge again, just ring the bell on the other side. Once you reach the monastery, seek Lama Dustin for instruction immediately.
Is that a llama with 2 L's?
Lama Dustin is a spiritual leader of
There's
our
no way
order.
that translates
He's a
to...
teacher of Buddha's ways and the wisest man I know.
Where can I find the llama?
You will find him inside the monastery. Once you cross the bridge, enter the prayer hall. Go there and he will train you.
Goodbye.
Okay, before we actually cross, I want to try the other bridge as well. At the risk of breaking things. And also we can try talking to the Pilgrim dressed as the guard.
Hello, friend. I can sense you are someone with a higher purpose. Like me, you have come to this monastery to seek something.
Thanks for the clip.
What are you seeking?
What most seek when they come here. Enlightenment. To join with the great Buddha and experience nirvana. But before I can transcend, I must achieve something that I could never grasp. Humility. I must confront my pride. Are you a humble being?
To be honest, I never really thought about it. I'm not sure.
Well then, traveler. Always ask of yourself the questions you cannot answer, and continue seeking. There are answers here, everywhere.
I wonder whether I can answer differently.
Well, howdy there, Pilgrim. Tell me about the monastery.
This is the monastery of Shangri-La. The monks here have achieved complete inner serenity. I have traveled many hard months to reach this place.
Who does he think I am
But
exactly
the true
right
journey begins here, before Shangri-La itself. Physically traveling here was simple, compared to the challenges posed by the true path.
Tell me about the true path.
Most people walk about in a world of delusions, clouded by vices and deception. But there is a path of truth that cuts through the illusions, a path of deliverance. It is a path that begins with understanding the virtues of the spirit and embracing its truths. Go there, traveler, to the monastery, and walk the path to discover the secrets you seek.
Goodbye.
Always tread the path, and peace will find you.
Look at the ground on this side of the bridge, Gage. It's green. Some technology is keeping ice away from this side of the mountain. This culture must be advanced.
There's some value
They
of
have
green.
invented the Zamboni centuries before its time.
Oh dear.
Those colorful symbols on yonder rock are the 6 syllables of a holy Buddhist mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. It means Om, a jewel in the lotus. Graffiti in Shangri-La? Those darn punk monk vandals have struck again.
Yeah, he was talking to us as if we weren't a guard guarding the monastery.
Each syllable in the mantra is important. Om begins and ends all meditation. It is said to be the perfect sound of the universe, but not when you say it like this.
Oh my lady!
I find the mixture of jokes and, you know, presumably accurate education a bit weird.
Hum, the last syllable of the jewel mantra, is an angry syllable meant to be a spiritual war cry against vice. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now everybody! Om Mani Padme Hum. Next verse, same as the first. Om Mani Padme Hum. And then it just goes on and on and on like that. Dun, 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 dun. Down, down, down. Om Mani Padme Hum. Life. Om Mani Padme Hum. Now backwards. Hum.
Okay,
The inscription
well.
speaks of the 4 noble truths. All forms on the wheel of life suffer. The cause of all suffering is ignorance. The true path to deliverance is blocked by vice and falsehood. Knowledge of the virtues will reveal the true path. The inscription speaks of the 4 noble truths. All forms on the wheel of life suffer. The cause of all suffering is ignorance. That's a statue of Buddha, the holy man responsible for creating the Buddhist religion. Before becoming a deity, Buddha was known as Siddhartha, a man from India who transcended worldly suffering, becoming a paragon of spiritual perfection. I believe those deer represent Buddha's first sermon in Benares, India, where it was said that even the animals approached to listen.
Look at that fur. Now that's some advanced rendering.
I think we've wandered onto the petting zoo. Get a quarter and let's find the yak feed dispenser. How cute, a black and white snuffleupagus. In Tibet, yaks are a major natural resource.
No eyes,
the
yeah.
milk they produce is turned into a treasured butter product. Yak butter is used in food, tea, candles, and even used to make incredible sculptures. So, don't be surprised one day when Tibetans invent cold fusion from the curdled milk of yaks. Many devout Buddhists are in fact vegetarians. Tibetans often left animals under the care of monks to protect them from slaughter.
I think they
Someone
are
might
cute.
have brought those beasties here to prevent them from becoming McYaks. A lot of people don't know this, but before there were wax museums, there were yak museums. Yes, I'm kidding, Gage.
Ooh.
The Shrine of the Animal Realm, to enlighten the savage.
What? Which tale?
The Shrine of the Animal Realm, to enlighten the savage. Looks like there's another inscription on the base of that statue. To Aunt Edna, hope you're feeling Buddha, Cousin Morty.
Jeez. I wonder. You're right. It does almost look like a real filmed shaking, you know, fluffy thing. I thought this was a control panel at first. Okay. It looks like it's a lever that from the inside would open this this grill. Oh, hang on. We picked this up. There we go. We got that thing at the dock. Oh, well, I wasn't... We've got multiple ways to go. Okay. Let's finish exploring the rest of that side before I venture inside there.
Now this is interesting. The walls on this building are partly made of a slightly translucent paper to allow sun to pass through. It reminds me of a greenhouse. A greenhouse in the Himalayas? Isn't that like looking for an ice needle
Thank
in
you
a
for the
butter
clip
haystack
again.
on a very hot day?
I'll check them out properly afterwards.
I don't think I've quite mastered this simile thing yet.
Wow, look at that.
You can't change your chameleon guys directly in...
Good morning, brother. By chance, have you been in the steam tunnels recently?
Normal thing that I say to my friends. Have you been in the steam tunnels recently? No.
No, I haven't been in the tunnels all day. Is there a problem?
Possibly. I was trying to discover why my plants and crops were dying. It may have been the fluctuating temperatures from the steam tunnels.
Why would the temperature in the tunnels fluctuate?
Someone could have left the steam tunnel doors in an incorrect position. The heat coming from the steam tunnel is unpredictable. If the wrong door was left open. But I believe the cause of the garden sickness is bad karma.
Why do you suspect bad karma?
The Pretas adhere to the doctrine of karma. If you hurt the earth, they will hurt you back.
As you know.
If you appease them,
as you know,
they
fellow
will help
Buddhist.
you prosper.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, brother.
Ask him some questions, Gage. Ask him if he knows his slip is showing. Gosh, Keith Richards hasn't changed at all.
Another dated
The lotus
reference.
is an important symbol in Buddhism. It is a symbol of wisdom and spiritual unfoldment, following the metaphor that the roots are in the dark mud of the earth, but the lotus head rises up to face the sunlight. Hey, I've been looking for a knife like that. Let's try and find another one and play Klingon Blood Challenge. Kapak! That means Frady Cat.
Interesting. Why can't I grab it?
That looks like a map of the tunnels we followed underneath the monastery. Looks like an excellent
Does
reference
look like
for
a
further
theme park
excursions.
map. Ah, there we go. Got it. And the map. Excellent. Garden knife. Used to prune vegetation. Can I take a sample of something? Maybe that'll be relevant later. Just gonna drag that knife over every plant I see now.
Look, another Buddha statue. But that one is a different color. I wonder if there are any other colored statues around here. Maybe the ever-elusive fuchsia Buddha? The shrine of the Praetus realm, to sate their eternal hungers.
Okay, does that mean I've got to give an offering of food? Is that maybe what I'll use the healing water for at some point? Let's save. Yes, I need to cut something that can only be cut with this very specific knife. Bowl of healing water. No, that's not it. Pitcher of oil. Not it either. I see a vent. We still haven't been across the other bridge.
These must be the roots for the tree in the greenhouse. They look a little sickly to me.
Healing water on the roots. Wow, look at that.
And you said you didn't have a green thumb. Nice job, Gage.
Yeah, I definitely know what I'm doing, and I'm not traveling through time rubbing arbitrary objects against each other.
Gage, don't panic, but we may have stumbled into a Turkish prison. Do I expect you to leave the steam tunnel? No, Agent Blackwood. I expect you to die! This looks like a natural steam vent. probably goes down pretty deep. The monks are using the heat from these vents to warm their monastery.
So am I supposed to be able to read this tunnel map now, or... It would help if it stopped rotating. There we go. Okay, greenhouse. Whoops. Drag it onto the screen. And then drag along the center. So we're in the flamey bit. And the exit leads to either a path or to the intersection with whatever that symbol is. Okay, we're back here. At least we know. I'm not entirely sure why we would need to go... I mean, what was the whole point of the pole? If we can get there another way.
You can thank phosphorescent yellow lichen for the romantic mood lighting in these tunnels. But from what I hear,
a symbol
all
for the
fun's
intersection.
definitely in the red lichen district.
Oh, I see.
This tunnel map is helpful, but I think I can add something that would make it even more useful. I'll start updating the positions of the doors onto the map after we've been to a location. I'll also mark our current position on the map. Now that I've done that, can we maybe talk about giving me a raise, a kind word, overtime pay, sick leave?
Okay. So we're going to be redirecting the steam vents to where exactly? We don't know yet. We should go back to check out the tree that we healed as well. So we add the 2 interlocking rings. I'm gonna... No, let's continue for now. Alright, there's only one path out here. Keep going. 1 flame pit per building would make sense. If you want to just rebalance it. Or we could redirect them all to 1 and make it explodey. We'll probably have to redirect them in order to actually even finish exploring everywhere. Yeah, it must be real uncomfortable right now. This is the rest of the game now. We're just wandering through identical looking tunnels. Yes, we're updating Steam. Alright, where have we ended up? Okay, we're underneath a different temple. Oh right, there were 3 Buddhas, or several Buddhas. So maybe this one wants a different offering. So at the garden one, it was food?
The dangling cylindrical columns hanging from the ceiling are victory banners. They represent the victory of Buddhism over ignorance and death. That other banner represents the victory of the Boston Dubs over the Nepal Red Yaks in the 44 series.
I am going through the vents. I am the imposter, definitely. Hopefully we don't have to murder anyone.
The shrine of the human realm, to humbly contain our pride.
Okay. Oh, we've already seen 2 others, right? So this one's Shrine of the Human Realm, contain our pride. We had the animal one. Some kind of scholar here.
Hello, Tagpo. Could you come back after my meditations? Oh, and put some snow in your eye. It's starting to swell.
Move away. Change appearance, see if we get anything.
Ah, Himul, good. I wanted to speak to you about the garden. Himul, you don't look well. You have worked yourself too hard. Perhaps you should try more meditation to relieve your tension.
Meditation? Tell me about this meditation, fellow Buddhist monk.
What sort of meditation?
I would recommend that you vigorously increase your tantric meditations. It always seems to soothe me.
What about the garden?
I passed by the garden yesterday and noticed that the crops in the tree were doing poorly. How is the garden today?
I'm working on it right now.
Excellent. I'm sure you will get to the root of the problem.
Well,
the garden is not doing well.
I guess that's a hint.
I feared as
or
much.
A pun, or both.
Losing the next crop could be disastrous.
It did sound like
Check the roots
innuendo.
of
I
the
did
wishing
not want
tree
to remark
in the
on
steam
it.
tunnels to see if they are healthy.
Goodbye.
Walk with peace, brother.
Can we leave through the front door here? Okay, so we're at the other side of that bridge. I'm guessing that we'll need all of these different traversal options in order to set the steam path correctly. The entire quest here might just be plumbing, tech support.
That tent seems out of place. If my history serves me, that yellow banner atop the tent bears a Mongolian symbol. And if history serves me further, the great horde of Genghis Khan was terrorizing Asia about this time. Well, there goes the neighborhood.
Fresh branches in the Finnish sauna room. What do you do in a Finnish sauna?
The shrine of the Ashurus realm. To guard the Titans from themselves.
That's really not telling me much. Well, it looks like it wants a sword, right? Or another type of weapon, one-handed.
Money.
I always figured Khan to be taller, thicker, more barbaric. But this man seems to possess a dangerous animal cunning.
There's a
The
weapon
kind of
right there.
Cleverness to rip off your arms, to crush you at chess.
Money.
Hi, you must be Genghis Khan. I'm a big fan. I've got all your parchments. You're so much more merciful in real life.
I did not summon you, monk. Go away.
Okay. Will you talk to one of the others?
Lama Dulsden, I wanted to tell you that I hit one of your monks earlier. The young one at the bridge with the long
he's the one
staff
who
and a
hit...
mute tongue. He would answer none of my questions.
Learned Khan, you need to control your rage.
You are right. I have been having trouble remembering your teachings, Lama. The words just don't seem to stay in my head. My search for the Siddha secrets goes poorly. I will waste no more time here answering riddles.
And who is this Siddha?
Still testing me, huh? Well, I remember the tale.
Yes, this is a test.
Bila'a was a young monk who studied here over a century ago. Somehow he abused his powers of faith. He died soon after and was denied nirvana because of his corruption, forcing him onto the wheel of life. You and the other monks seem to think that he will return one day.
What do you recall of the Wheel of Life?
Wheel of Life? Bah! I never did believe in reincarnation. But somehow I know the secret of transmutation is involved with the wheel and the 6 realms of unenlightenment. I thought the 6 shrines around the monastery were connected with the Siddha secret, but I couldn't find it.
Tell me about transmutation.
It's the power to turn one element into another, lead into gold. I needed to arm my horde. Rebellions in the east are draining my resources, and my campaign is becoming desperate. And now, my search here has failed.
Tell me what you know of the Siddha's secret.
Always questioning what I have learned. You are stubborn. The Siddha was supposed to have discovered transmutation.
Where are you going?
My troops await my presence before we ride against the Muslims in Khwarizm. I must return to the Horde bearing the burden of my first failure.
Khan's legacy would live on through his sons, who inherited a vast empire that sprawled across most of Asia and even extended into Europe. Kublai Khan, the last and arguably the greatest of Khans, founded the Yuan dynasty and ruled the world empire from China until 1294.
That's a point. I'm sure if we've got time travel, we would be able to, you know, whip up a bit of gold in a particle accelerator in the future.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Lama.
Well, I guess if you're going, you don't need this. Get close to whatever that red square was. Another building here. Let's look at the outside first. Is that just a window onto the interior which has red painted walls, perhaps?
That gruesome-looking fellow above the door is Yama, the Hindu god of the dead. His presence at the doorway could be symbolic. I think he represents the borderline between life and death. There are actually many mythological and religious figures that are common to both Hinduism and Buddhism. Siddhartha, the man who became Buddha, was originally a Hindu from India. He infused some of the elements of the Hindu religion when he created Buddhism. The shrine of the god's realm, to awaken the vein with the music of the jewel.
Music. Okay.
When did Andy Warhol start designing Tibetan Campbell soup jukeboxes?
Okay.
Om.
Yes. Om.
Hum. Pod. Pri. Me. Ni. Ma. Om. Ma. Pod. Pri. Hum. Ram. Me. Ni. Om.
Ah. Om ma ni.
Pri. Pod.
Ad.
Ram. Hum. Me. Hum. Om.
The pixels I need to click for rotating it versus inspecting.
Om. Ma. Ni. Me. Hum. Ram. Pri.
Om ma ni.
Pod. Me. Ram. Hum. Pod. Me. Hum. Pod.
What?
It appears this ferrous cylindrical instrument has suffered from prolonged exposure to structure stressful oxidizing agents. Gauge, it's rusty. Get the oil can. Oil can. Each of those symbols on the prayer wheel represents
Yep.
me. Whom.
Did that work? Or do we have to do it from the beginning? That worked. Okay. A white stone. Well, that's one puzzle solved at least. That was too much oil. How many statues have there been in total? Okay, this one's holding a lute or similar device or instrument. And we cannot interact with it or inspect it for some reason. Some change. That's a point actually. One of them might want money. Pearl. Oh, it takes the pearl.
The inscriptions speak of the path of Sita Biwawa. Denied nirvana by pride, the one Sita Biwawa found himself in the realm of the gods, complacent in their heavenly heights. Only with the Buddha's song-filled voice did he escape into the next realm, the battlefields of the Ashura's titans.
Oh, okay. And that one's got a sword. So we... Okay, so we did the music one. Got a pearl and gave it to this Buddha. So now we need to do the warrior Buddha. For the next part, and so on. Okay, so we need to gather all of the pearls or what have you, and then we can come back here. At least that's reasonably clear. Let's travel back to the garden.
This looks interesting. If I'm not mistaken, and I rarely am, the mural depicts the Buddha entering 6 different segmented realms.
Here's a stairway to heaven, yeah.
In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a lute, a stringed musical instrument. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a fiery sword. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a book. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying fire. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a piece of fruit. In that segment, the Buddha is carrying a bowl.
Yeah, actually there seems to be a generous amount of hints, and overall the plus the fact that you can click to get a hint, this game is a lot more generous overall. I wonder what I can give this guy.
Mane pa de hum.
When did we get a wooden staff?
Mane pa de hum.
Can we give that to this statue? No. What else could we do? Or what other guys could we take? How about the guard that he punched out?
I didn't think I'd see you again. Here to have your other eye decorated. Just leave now. If you break my concentration again, I'll break you.
I don't think this guy's learned anything during his stay here. How about a humble pilgrim? Video and sound are desynced? That badly? You hear the audio from when I got the pearl? Hang on. Okay, good.
What are you doing here, you audacious fool? Do you think you can just walk to the Great Khan and be granted an audience? Get out! Before I feed you to my horse.
Scary horse.
Mane Pade Hum.
Right, let's stay on task. I'm heading to the garden. And rather than venture through the steam tunnels, I'll try taking the bridge. Both bridges. That reminds me, I've been slowly watching through the original Star Trek. So I've seen the episode where Khan makes his appearance. I suppose eventually I will also watch The Wrath of Khan. Oh, did I have... So... Do I have an exit? Going... No, not that way. There might be another exit from... Okay. Well, not sure why I can come here. No, there's no other exit from this hut. Okay. Prevent Khan from leaving. I'm not supposed to mess up the timeline. I'm supposed to fix it. Well, strictly speaking, this time... Let's try talking to the Pilgrim as the llama. Strictly speaking, I'm not trying to save any of these civilizations that are about to be destroyed because I was in the past. What I need to do is find whatever the legacy of time is.
Hello again, friend.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Always tread the path, and peace will find you.
He must just know that we're a time traveler. That's why he greets us the same. Despite our different appearance. Maybe Khan has to leave, otherwise he dies. Oh, yeah. But does that mean we need to show him the secret of transmutation, or just annoy him into leaving? Can I grab some fur from these? I grab some yak milk.
The Shrine of the Animal Realm. To enlighten the savage.
Don't know. Presumably we'll need items from other time periods for the offerings as well. I'm not entirely sure what to do in El Dorado. Yeah, cheese. Oh, that's the real llama. Alright, we healed the tree. Using magic Atlantean water. An apple, wow. Extinct apple variant. So do we give that to the statue just below here? Alright, a different pearl. But the next one we need is the warrior one. The fruit of knowledge. Well, we've made some progress here. And it's been 2 hours, so I think I might save here and we'll continue next time. Maybe we'll tackle the steam vent next time. There we are, okay. I'm still short on automation. There we go. The game goes back there. Choose a camera shot. There we are. All right. Not bad, not bad. So, coming up, I didn't bring the image into here, but it's on my Twitter. I've got a collab on the channel Cable 2 with Nullcasting. We're doing episode 2 of Are You Not Edutained? I didn't get it right there. We're going to be playing more edutainment games. We've got quite a collection to get through. I've also found a little surprise extra edutainment adjacent game I'm quite excited to show off. That I think there's almost no mention of online, but I do have a copy, so I'll be revealing that. Not that it's, you know, in itself a particularly momentous thing, but it's fun. Let's see if we can raid. Yeah, thank you for watching. Let's see. Switch over to my own chat. Have a look at following. I do raids differently every single time. Let's raid Belfi. She is currently playing Omori. And as before, her channel is intended for mature audiences. Alright, with that said, it's time for me to go. If you, like me, have caught the Millennium Bug, make sure to watch the next stream, or find me elsewhere on the World Wide Web by clicking on the links below the video. I've been Millennium Cyborg, keep that future vibe, and I'll see you in the world of tomorrow.